Hey guys, and welcome back to the ICM Week Inspirational Country Music. You know what? It's a lot different than just country music. When you
Oh,
think of
yes, it
country
is.
music, inspirational country music here means Jesus. They talk so much about
They're
Jesus, and I
talking about
love him,
Jesus. Yes, they
yes.
are.
And today, who do we have with us?
We have Melissa Greenwood with us today, and we're excited to have you here with
Yes,
us.
thank you for coming.
Hi. Great.
Great. All right. Well, tell us, Melissa, a little bit about your ministry, kind of when you started singing.
Well, I was 3 years old when I started singing. My mom inspired me to sing. Been singing majority of my life.
You, you were about the 99th, 100th person that sat down in that chair, and so they started singing at 3 years
Three
old.
years old. I think they came from the hospital humming.
I think it gets
Don't you?
younger. Yeah,
Yes.
it does. But what made you stay with inspirational gospel music, country gospel music?
Well, I've sang gospel, grew up in church and sang gospel all my life. So to stay with it is because it's just a desire in my life to follow after and seek more of God to, minister to people. And
What made you go with the country side of it?
I've always liked country music. Been inspired by Patsy Cline, Dottie Rambo, some of the greats.
Well, since you decided that to go with always gospel, can I ask a very personal question?
Sure.
How'd you meet Jesus?
I was about 5 years old. I was baptized. And my mom went to church, and I was raised on a church pew, so I just think that was inevitable to happen.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right. All right. Well, tell us about some projects you got going on right now.
Well, right now I've got a new release coming out with Carrie Underwood here soon. It's called Lost in the Thought of You. I wrote it about 10 years ago, and means a lot to me.
Oh yeah, I would
Writer
imagine.
On top of being a singer, so projects. I just travel, and I live here in Nashville area, so I just sing as often as I can.
What was that feeling like inside when you found out Carrie Underwood was going to do one of your songs?
Well, I was I don't know, speechless.
Yeah.
Glory, hallelujah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Same ticket. Here we go.
And what's
How
the name
awesome.
of the song?
It's called Lost in the Thought of You.
Lost in the Thought. And it's going to be a new release soon
Yes,
from
ma'am.
Carrie Underwood?
I'm not the only person that wrote that. The other person is a friend of mine. His name is Tim Merchant, and he helped write the music to it.
How many songs would you say you've written?
Oh, Lord, probably about 1,000 or more. I got pages and pages. I don't have a lot of music to them. I just have
the
lyrics.
words. Uh-huh.
Words.
Okay, as on the songwriter aspect of everything, how did you become a songwriter, and how old were you when you started?
I started writing when I was about 14. My mom helped me write again. My mom, always go back to her.
Right.
But I wrote a song called On This Day, and she helped me put the words together. And I wrote the music back in those days. So,
So that was your first song?
yes, ma'am.
And what inspired? How do you get those songs? Are they from life experiences?
It is from life experiences, tragedies, through hurt, pain.
And so on this day, your first song, tell us about that song.
It was sort of a dream of a guy that I would meet and marry that I never did. You know how that goes.
Hey, we do know how that
Yes,
goes.
we do.
We kind of do like this every once in a while, looking around. Just kidding. Now, on that day, you were talking about this is kind of a wedding song.
Yes, ma'am. It's got the titles On This Day, and
Right.
the first part of it says with a chorus, it goes, on this day we celebrate our love. On this day we dedicate our lives.
Yes.
So you could take it as a gospel song.
Right.
You could take it as a wedding song. You could take it however you.
I bet it's used as wedding song. Yes, many times. That's wonderful. You were 14?
Yes, ma'am.
That's
That
wonderful, isn't
is.
it?
That is
Yeah,
really
it's amazing.
awesome. So how long have you been coming to ICM?
This is my first time.
Oh, okay. Ours too.
What do you think?
I enjoyed it. It's really been fun.
Right. How did you get started? How did you get your big start to be a big star songwriter and singer?
Well, I started probably about 2006. I had signed with a label way back when, and then here recently I signed with Playback Records through his name is Jim Pierce, which is a very dear friend of mine. He's been on the Opry for 30 years.
Okay.
He's an excellent fantastic piano player, puts music together and all that good stuff. And his friend is Jack Gale, which owns Playback Records. And they offered me to do some music, and I did. I started off with a country CD, and then we worked ourselves to gospel, which is my roots.
Right.
So that's what I.
Well, you know, there are thousands of people that come to Nashville to be a star and walk the streets, but they never get where you are. So how did you get there?
I guess the Lord knows what He's doing.
I love it when he gets the credit, don't you?
That's a
yes,
good answer.
I love it. The Lord knows what he's doing. We need to remember that, all of
Yeah,
us, don't we? And
we
give
do.
the glory and honor to Jesus Christ.
We do.
Yeah, and to the
We
Father.
get caught up in all the world.
That's right.
You get-
Because without Him, we're nothing.
We are nothing.
That's right.
But sometimes, you know, the industry can really bring just common people, which we all are, made out of dirt, make us feel like we're made out of topsoil, maybe, or something, don't they? How do you stay grounded?
I stay grounded because of my kids and because I try to keep my prayer life up.
Yes.
You can't always have enough prayer in your life.
Exactly.
And you can't have enough of the Word of God in your life.
So you love that Bible too, huh?
I read it whether I'm online and I can look up and read, the King James Version scriptures. That's what I'm doing.
Oh, that's awesome. That's
That is
awesome.
awesome.
That's what Christian Talk the Town is all about, too. And we're so happy to have people like you on here, right?
Yes, we very much are. So tell us, if someone out there wanted to learn about you, wanted to check your website out and all that, give that information.
I have two websites. One is melissagreenwood.net. Then I have another one called melissagreenwoodmusic.com. One is my country site and one is my gospel site.
So melissagreenwood.com.net, melissagreenwood.net, and then
melissagreenwoodmusic.com.
Okay. All right, and that'll be on the screen too, so they'll see.
Yeah. So if
And-
they put Melissa Greenwood in there, they're going to find you.
Right.
ma'am.
They can just Google that. There you go.
Good deal. Thank you so much for being with us today. And guys, this is just another example of the people that we've met right here at ICM Week. Inspirational Christian gospel music is what I would call it, because it is gospel. And I love you giving Jesus all
It
the
is.
honor and glory. So many here do
Exactly.
that.
They do. And if you hadn't planned your vacation for 2015, do it. Come to Nashville, be part of ICM. We'll see you back in a minute.